It was an ordinary afternoon in a quiet family home, the kind where sunlight filters softly through the curtains and laughter echoes down the hallway. In the nursery, a gentle hush prevailed, broken only by the occasional coo of a baby or the rustle of toys. On this particular day, young Omar, just 6 years old, was playing nearby while his baby brother, Sammy, lay in his crib, enjoying a peaceful nap. Omar had always felt a special bond with Sammy. From the moment his little brother came home from the hospital, Omar took it upon himself to be Sammy's protector, his companion, and sometimes his entertainer. Whether it was making silly faces to coax a smile or carefully selecting toys for Sammy, Omar's sense of responsibility was clear, even at his tender age. But that afternoon, Omar's watchful eyes noticed something was wrong. Sammy, who usually slept soundly, began to stir uncomfortably. His tiny arms waved in distress, and a faint, muffled sound escaped his lips. Omar's attention sharpened. He looked closer and realized that Sammy seemed to be struggling for air. The gentle pink of his cheeks was fading, replaced by a worrying shade of blue. Panic threatened to seize Omar, but he remembered what his mother had always told him: if something feels wrong, stay calm and act fast. Drawing on this advice, Omar ran to Sammy's side. He saw that a small corner of the baby blanket had somehow worked its way near Sammy's face, making it difficult for the infant to breathe. With trembling but determined hands, Omar gently pulled the blanket away from his brother's mouth and nose. He recalled from a recent first aid lesson at school that it was important to check if the baby was breathing. He leaned closer and saw Sammy's tiny chest move, but his breathing was still shallow and weak. Not wasting a moment, Omar remembered the emergency number his parents had taught him. He dashed to the living room, found the phone, and called for help. Meanwhile, he shouted for his mother, who rushed in, her face pale with fear. Guided by Omar's quick observations, she picked up Sammy, checking his airway and patting his back softly to ensure nothing was blocking his breath. Within moments, Sammy's color began to return, and he let out a small, startled cry, music to everyone's ears. Relief flooded the room. The ambulance arrived shortly after, and the paramedics praised Omar for his quick thinking and calm actions. They explained that, had he not responded so quickly, the situation could have been much worse. For days afterward, Omar's parents couldn't stop telling friends and family about their son's bravery. Omar, for his part, didn't think of himself as a hero. He had simply done what his heart told him was right. He had watched over his little brother, just as he always promised he would. The experience left a lasting impression on the family. They became even more vigilant about safety in the nursery, ensuring loose blankets and toys were kept well away from Sammy's crib. They also made sure both children, as they grew, learned basic first aid skills, realizing the importance of being prepared for emergencies, no matter how unlikely they seemed. Omar's actions that day were a testament to the power of love, responsibility, and quick thinking. Through his courage and care, he reminded everyone that heroes come in all sizes, and sometimes the greatest acts of bravery are performed by those we least expect. From that day forward, the bond between the two brothers grew even stronger, woven together by a story of hope, family, and a quiet act of heroism that would never be forgotten.